Hamas does not represent the Palestinian people. Hamas uses Palestinian civilians as human shields, and innocent Palestinian families are suffering greatly because of them. We can't ignore the humanity of innocent Palestinians who only want to live in peace and have an opportunity.
I respectfully disagree with President Biden's statements. In fact, a 2021 poll conducted in the West Bank and Gaza found that actually 53% of Palestinians said that Hamas is the most deserving of representing the Palestinian people, while only 14% said that the Fatah movement, which is the Palestinian Authority, should represent the Palestinian people. Another poll showed that 80% of the Palestinians believe that President Mahmoud Abbas, again, who is the leader of the Palestinian Authority who controls the West Bank, should resign, which explains why Mahmoud Abbas did not hold an election since 2005. Let's assume that the 47% who did not say Hamas should represent the Palestinians believe that the Palestinian authorities should represent the Palestinians. Let's look into who is the PLO. Now, although it is true that the PLO was able to maintain the West Bank relatively quiet in the last years, still in their core, they absolutely subscribe to an agenda that is very similar to the one presented by Hamas. So for example, the symbol of the PLO is the entirety of the State of Israel painted in the colors of the Palestinian flags, which shows you something about whether they actually believe in a two-state solution or not. Secondly, Article 15 of the PLO Charter stipulates that the liberation of Palestine from an Arab viewpoint is a national duty aimed at repelling Zionist and imperialist aggression against the Arab homeland, while striving for the elimination of Zionism. Now, if we assume that Zionism is simply the Jews' right for self-determination in the State of Israel, the elimination of that means the extermination of the Jews of Israel. Moreover, and maybe more importantly, the PLO and its leader, Mahmoud Abbas, who is, by the way, a Holocaust denier who wrote a whole PhD thesis about how the Holocaust was not as bad as we think it was, never bothered condemning any of the terror attacks committed against innocent Israelis, and that includes the October 7th attack. Based on all of this information that we have here, is it still fair to say that the majority of the Palestinians want to live in peace and that Hamas does not represent them? I don't think so. Actually, it appears that Hamas does represent exactly the Palestinian people and their aspiration to exterminate the Jews of Israel and take over the entirety of the land. And we have received as first-hand proof of that on October 7th. Not only that Hamas did not bother hiding these atrocities, they actually filmed it and spread it around the world. What did the Palestinians of the West Bank do at the time? What did the Palestinians of Gaza do at the time? What did Palestinians around the world do at the time? Well, they actually went out and celebrated. We saw that all the way from Sydney to London, Paris, New York, the West Bank, and Gaza. They were shooting firecrackers up in the air, delivering cookies and baklawas to their friends, celebrating the murder of more than 1,500 Jews. Don't tell me the majority of the Palestinians are peaceful. They're absolutely not.